As a Jet fan, I love the Cleveland Browns. The warmth from their trash fire helps ease the pain of ours. But there was a time when Cleveland painted the football world brown by shitting all over everyone for a decade. Cleveland's legendary quarterback, Otto Graham, led the Browns to a record 10 consecutive championship game appearances. In 1940, Otto Graham attended Northwestern University on a basketball scholarship. But after lighting it up as an intramural quarterback, he was convinced to join Northwestern's football team. It turned out to be a pretty good idea. He set the Big Ten single-season passing record in his first season and finished third in Heisman voting the following year. This all caught the attention of Paul Brown, founder, coach, and namesake for the Cleveland Browns. Once Graham was done at Northwestern, Brown offered him a contract. But in the midst of World War II, America needed more than a football player, so Graham joined the Navy. To ensure the Browns got their man, they offered to pay Graham a high monthly stipend for the duration of the war as long as he came and played for them once it was over. He agreed. At the time, the Browns played in the AAFC, and it's important to note that he was drafted in the first round of the NFL draft by the Detroit Lions. But he said, "No thank you, NFL. Once the war is over, I'm going to play for the Browns." It was a different time. The inaugural season of the AAFC started in September of 1946. Since Graham had a few months to kill between the end of the war and the start of the AAFC season, he joined the Rochester Royals of the National Basketball League, a precursor to the NBA, where he promptly won the championship. Which is good. I'm glad he didn't get bored waiting for football season to start. The beginning of the AAFC season brought with it the beginning of the Paul Brown, Otto Graham era of football, and it made the Belichick-Brady tandem look like a fucking joke. The AAFC only had 4 seasons, and the Browns won the championship every year. 4 championships in a row. Not a bad way to start a career. And they did so by pioneering aspects of the game, such as the comeback route and the idea of coaches calling plays. In an era when QBs called the shots, Paul Brown would give a play to a player and then sub him in to deliver the message. Seems routine now, but back then it was revolutionary. And once the AAFC folded, the Browns joined the NFL with their big playbook swinging. To prove a point about the NFL's dominance over the AAFC, the NFL scheduled the Browns' first game against the 2-time champion Eagles, but the plan backfired. Graham's first pass was for a touchdown, and after that, they never looked back. After beating the Eagles 35-10, they went on to finish the regular season with a 10-2 record and a date with the LA Rams for the NFL championship title. Along with his 4 touchdown passes, Graham engineered a last-minute drive to set up a game-winning field goal. 5 championship appearances, 5 championship wins, and they were far from done. The following year, the Browns' 11-1 record set up a championship rematch, Rams versus Browns for the 1951 title. But 3 interceptions and a fumble from Graham saw the Browns lose 24-17. He was, however, named NFL MVP that season, so, there's that. The 52 and 53 seasons were more of the same, championship appearances and championship losses. After the 53 championship game, Graham said he wanted to jump off a building for letting his teammates down. He did, however, lead the league in passing and was again named NFL MVP. They may have lost 3 in a row, but for those keeping count at home, that's 8 straight championship appearances for Otto Graham and the Browns. But those losses weighed heavily on Graham, who let Coach Brown know this next season would be his last. Graham, determined to go out on top, marched his team to a 9-3 record and yet another championship game. Graham threw 3 touchdowns and ran for another 3 in the 56-10 dismantling of the Detroit Lions. The Browns were NFL champs once again. 9 years, 9 championship appearances, 6 championship wins. Time to retire. But the Browns took out their checkbook and convinced Graham to play just 1 more year. The Browns' 9-2-1 record put them back where they belong, the championship game against a familiar foe, the LA Rams. Graham threw 2 touchdowns and ran for another 2 as he led the Browns to their 7th championship in 10 years, defeating the Rams 38-14. That's when Otto Graham decided to drop the mic. He played professional football for 10 years. He appeared in the championship game every one of those years, and he won 7 of them. Half of the seasons he played in the NFL, he was named MVP. Otto Graham will forever be one of the true football greats, and his record 10 consecutive championship appearances will last until the reanimated corpse of Roger Goodell is elected president of Mars. Too bad the Browns were only allowed 10 championship appearances and they used them all up, but, We still got more of these videos. Like and subscribe so you can see them.